Alright boys, it's day 2700. Check that out. What are the chances of me accidentally ending the vlog in such a way where day 2700 is the first day of the next vlog and not the last day of the previous? Hope you out on that one slim, but while we're still talking about the vlogs, I'm happy to announce that I'm fully caught up, 100% caught up. The previous video I did was uploaded the night after I finished it. So, same with this, thanks to my automated video editing tools. I am now as on track as it's possible to be for a daily vlog that's uploaded in multiple day segments. In one hit, you know? Right, I'm at the park and ride. Traffic was atrocious to get in. I spent literally half the amount of time on a less than 100 metre long road. Now I've got to wait for a bus. Sad times. Running so late into work today, god damn it. And I was literally early when I set off. Otherwise, last night was less productive than usual nights when I'm awake. Mainly because I was trying to fix service fabric on my desktop, and I can't fix it because there is a issue with their most recent release, which Microsoft are looking into. Basically, my cluster broke. I uninstalled it and then tried to reinstall it, and the installer's broke, so fuck that up. So I've been using my laptop instead, but also I'm at the point now where I'm getting quite tired. I'm approaching the wall. I feel confident in the fact that I'll be able to punch through it then. So yeah, we're going into work. We're going to finish off the chunk of work that I'm doing today and then hopefully be able to release it because infrastructure would have sorted out their shit. The user story down, I'm now jumping onto the next one. The next one is a little bit of one of those ones where it's like a bit like security based, so it's quite a lot of just trial error till you get there and then tidy it up after the fact. But this is like the third in the chain of ones that I'm done before I can even release any. God damn. But otherwise, shit's gonna get hot and tasty at work soon. The pressures are gonna start piling on as we are racing for go live. It's gonna be an absolute hoot. I'm really looking forward to it, but I'm mostly looking forward to seeing how, because basically the development team has been running more or less flat out for the past like 2 or 3 months, like legit flat out. Overtime out the arse. I haven't done a particular large amount of overtime, but a lot of other people have. And now it's like, right, we need to do it, we need to be faster for the last month because we need to get things over the line. And it's going to be really interesting to see suddenly how everyone else is going to have to stop running it at the same speed, faster, or start making cuts. I find that kind of shit fascinating. I really do. I love watching like how people react to that kind of stuff, to not the like a little bit like I told you so, but like from all along we've been saying like, could we get priority on things, because you can't just say everything needs to be done because it might not be. If we go live tomorrow, what do we need and what don't we need? We need all of it. Like, yeah, sure. Now we've got a hard, fast deadline though, boys. Should we actually start thinking about that? I can see relatively big things being chopped quite drastically, or the deadline will move. I can't see the deadline moving now. Anyway, so that's going to be fun. Otherwise, we came back home, gave Dibble a lift home, who consequently pushed my car door into another car while the driver was in that other car. What a dick. Jesus Christ. And yeah, so came back here. I've been looking up graph stuff. I've been trying to figure out, because I'm writing more graph queries, trying to figure out what the best way is of making sure I don't over-resolve data. So in the scenario where you have like a nested object, let's say like, what's a good example? Let's say you have let's say, you know, like a Nectar card, like a loyalty card at a shop. So like a Tesco Club card or a Nectar card. Let's say you're querying the information on that card. You'd be like, hey, get me my information. So it'd be like, first name, last name, address, etc. And then one of those fields is every purchase ever. Or something big like that, like a big nested field that takes a lot of data to get. So what I have is I have 2 REST points. The main one, which gives you your main information, it will give you a link to the other stuff if you need it, and then you can make a second request and we'll get it out for you. I can also then pre-cache some of the stuff as well if it's like excessively long. I can start generating some of that stuff asynchronously. But anyway, So that's the situation. However, for GraphQL, you have the ability to specify exactly what it is you want. So in theory, you do one request, and that request would then get resolved into multiple calls into the back end. Specifically, going off into the back end, getting the response, the link to the extra information I want, going to get that, bringing it back, putting it all into one object, spitting it back to the user like it was only ever one thing. I was trying to figure out the best way of doing that, and it's kind of a mess. You have to like dive into the context objects, and it's more complicated than you think, especially if you have, like I only have one level down, but I can imagine a world where you have multiple levels down. I can imagine a world coming very quickly, where you have multiple levels down, and I'm like, how the frickety-frack are you supposed to do that in a reasonable manner? So that's going to be fun. We'll see. Potentially, I'm not going to, and it's just going to have to stay at links at that point, and then I just have to enforce that the client does several calls for information it needs. Which I think I'll be able to do, to be honest with you, because I effectively just need file structure, and then if you want a specific file, you request the specific file, rather than, yeah, that'll probably be fine, but I'm going to have to cross that road soon. Yeah, I've been doing that. I've spent all night working, effectively, because Laura's been working too. Tomorrow I have evening to myself, I do. Napping is still going alright, so we're going good there. It's been a good day, to be honest with you. Like I say, I'm feeling like I'm punching through wall a little bit. However, that being said, the like sleep wall of waking up at 2 in the morning, I'm definitely going to come at that fast now. It's either going to be tonight or tomorrow night. So it may be a case of wake up and just play Xbox for a couple of hours, because I can't do it productively. But it's Wednesday and I've already done 16 hours of work. That's pretty dope. 16 hours? I don't mean 16 hours, do I? I mean 15. No, just short of 15, like 14 and a half-ish. Which is pretty fucking good, man. Like I said, man, we are focusing our talents. We're trying hard. I had the kick up the arse I need. I'm going to get shit done, and in a relatively tight time frame. The only difficult thing I've got to do is balancing the project with the things I need to do the project. Yeah. Bloody hell, look at that! Definitely 100% couldn't see that, but there's like a bed of just cloud and mist all the way over Bath and like in the fields and stuff. It's incredible. It was really cool, but it took me so long to get my camera out, I basically missed it. So to go some pretty inventive ways to get to it's making a really weird like tick. Can you hear that noise? It was another day of pretty bad traffic, so I had to go like literally through the countryside. It's that annoying weather at the moment where it's like coat cold. This is, you could easily wear a coat in this and be fine, but then by the afternoon it hits 20 degrees. So you can't justify wearing a coat when it's going to get that hot on the way back. See, can you see the mist coming off the river? It's fucking freezing, man. Look at that, man. I'm a little bit blurry-eyed. I've been for the past 2 and a bit hours. Laura was at work for quite a lot of it. 2 and a bit hours I've been designing things, and I think I've made a logo I like, and I'm now just trying to figure out fonts. I half figured out fonts before, and I foolishly let myself look at fonts again, and my phone's just doing a dance over there for some reason. So I'm like playing around with something like 6 or 7 different fonts. Some of them are like, one of them is a font for code, which I'm like, we'll do that for code snippets. But yeah, I'm struggling to pick a font out, and I think I need to pick a font because in some variants of the logo, the company name will be there. But that's what I've been playing with. It's been great fun. Otherwise, today at work, I've spent the entire day helping someone else do their thing they're doing. But it was a bit more interesting than what I was doing. Otherwise, we were scoping up how much time we think the things that we've got left to do we're going to take. It felt like quite productive. Tomorrow is a strange one though, because we're going out for drinks after work, which means my evening nap is going to be gone. So I need to rejig my morning nap and my midday nap to accommodate for that missed nap. But we should be alright. My ass kicked by the traffic still, but last night I spent Well, last evening and this morning I spent about 6 hours designing a logo and the fonts for the site, and the bus is going, so I may as well double check I've locked the car, even though I definitely have. Door, get rid of this fucking pen Laura's left in here, which do my nutted. Just talk to you in the car, it's easier. I'm going to Amazon order some batteries, because these batteries are fucked. So, the logo, picked fonts out, which took a long time as well. Laura likes the logo, doesn't like the fonts. I don't know whether or not I'm going to veto her though on the fonts, so we'll see. Not only did I miss my evening nap, my evening naparoo, it's also past my bedtime bloody now. So number 2 is going to be a fucking challenge, boys, but I'm going to do it. Today has been a relatively productive day at work. Relatively. Making progress, but still not really got there on the thing that I'm working on. It's been mostly meetings, discussing what we're going to be doing for the next couple of months. It's really bad timing. I think I'm going to talk to you. I'll talk to you about it tomorrow, because I need to go to bed. Effectively, you're going to have to ramp, or I feel like I'm going to need to ramp overtime. I mean, I don't have to, and to be honest with you, I think it's a lost cause anyway. But can't. I mean, if I try. If I do the overtime, then, which is bad timing mainly because of how much I've ramped up on other stuff this week and I'm like doing well, do overtime, miss, and then I get to say I told you so. If we miss it, which we will miss it if I don't do overtime, then I don't get to say I told you so as well. You know, is that, and if we hit it, then I'll be like, okay, yeah, you're welcome. But I don't think we'll hit it, but yeah, fuck it. Gonna have a very worky day tomorrow, so I've got lots of time to do whatever the fuck I want. I've come to town because I need to get my hair cut, and I've come to this car park, and the floor vibrates as cars drive on it. That's a bit scary. Don't let me forget that. I love town this early in the morning, you just get so much shit done so quick. Also, this shopping centre's a bit of a dive, but that looks kind of cool. Dropped Laura off. Laura's at university today and tomorrow, so I have the day to myself, which means running a shit ton of errands today, hopefully doing some work. Overtime work. I didn't wake up last night. I know it was a bit touch and go, missing an evening nap and going to bed late. So, back on track. Get in town, get out, less than an hour. Because I like that hairdresser. I think I need to find a new one. It's a bit of a pain to get into town. It's not that cheap. In fact, it's not cheap at all. It's expensive. To be honest with you, the guy's a bit of a twat. You know? I like tolerate talking to him, but God, it's so irritating. And I have a shit ton of errands to do today, ladies and gentlemen, so I need to make sure I know when Formula 1's on, because I want to watch that. Since Laura's at university, such a weird thing to say, she's doing this part-time course to become a solicitor, paralegal at the moment, and that means she's doing like every third or every now and again, every other weekend she'll be at university. Formula 1's on now? Oh, it's free practice. Practice 3. Formula 1 is on around 1 o'clock. Okay, that's good, because that means I can get a nap in as well. Don't really feel tired, but I should take a nap because I'm in the habit of taking naps. So, plan of attack is take the wash. In fact, there's no point. Put my shoes on. Take my shoes off. I'm going to put the washing out. Put the washing out. Have a shower to get rid of all the. I hate when you go to the hairdresser. You just got like, you go like that. Rub your hair over and just hair. So have a shower. So washing, shower, put clothes away, nap, empty the bins. Anything else? There's more. I'm going to sit down to some work and some overtime. I need to, I'll fill you in on that anyway. Later, that's a big washing load. Good grief. I don't know how, we've only got one washing line, Laura. It's got like a little clippy claw thing that catches like socks. A sock hanger. There it is. That's going to be necessary. Washing done, and I'm looking for my slippers. I'm all clean and fresh. The washing is outside to dry. Later I'm going to put a shitload of clothing away. God damn it. We had one peg left. That's how bloody much is on that damn line right now. I'm just going to make myself a little sandwich, and then I'm going to sit down to watch Formula 1 while I do a bit of programming. Fucking living. Spend literally about 10 minutes a day walking around this house looking for stuff. Friggin' trying here, god damn it, and the fucking VPN just went down. Literally thought I've made some code changes. I was just booting up the website, logged on. I was like, oh, let me just quickly Google that. Googled it. No, can't get to Google. Can't get to the website. No, I booted it up and I didn't have the right styles, so I went to go figure out what the latest version of the styles are on the CDN. No dice. The proxy server's down. I was at work again. I am just winding down as I go. I'm about to go for a nap. I had a lovely woke up work night last night. Got up at 2. I didn't go to bed until, I normally go to bed again at about 5:30, but I actually stayed up till about 6:30 because Laura was waking up later than normal, so I was like, I may as well wake up later than normal as well. So about 5 and a bit hours overtime, and I've also done a bit more as well today. Just been chipping away at one of the user stories I've got. Finished that one, that's done. About to start another one. I've also done things like I've changed the bedding and attempted, and I keep watching it, but attempted to put the bedding on the line. It's very windy, and it's fucking throwing it about a bit. I'm not convinced, but no other fucker has their shit out. It's doing well to stay on, man. We'll see, won't we, if we lose anything. Lol. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, I've just been literally working away all day. Most of yesterday and all of today. It's been great. Been living the dream. So what's been going on basically is we've got like an official deadline, and like everyone's trying to figure out how we can possibly. I'm gonna have to get that in. There's no way that's gonna stay. It also makes things dry though, don't I? I should lock that as well before I go for sleep. It'll be alright, it'll be alright. It's almost dry. It's just like, it just needs a little bit more, except for I've just noticed that actually the bedding is getting like blown into the hedge. Yeah, so anyway, we've got deadlines approaching fast, and I am refocusing part of my energy towards, I've still been doing work on my own project, but part of my energy towards sorting that out and trying to get things done. So I spent, like I've said before, I never really did the overtime when it was offered up before, because I want to do other things, but it's like the 10th hour, and I feel like I've said this to you yesterday. I feel like I can devote enough time to it to still make it, doable effectively. I'm gonna try my best. I'm not gonna do it all the time, because if I do it all the time, I'm gonna like fucking hate it. I want to just like basically leave and quit forever. But I already have gone through many a time where I'm like, I'm so fucking sick of all of this. And one last month of work, and then it's all over. That's the thing that's powering me through. It's not going to be all over. It's going to be far from all over, but that's what I'm trying to do, you know? I'm thinking of utilising as much overtime as I can via working from home, i.e. turning commute time into work time. And then in the evenings / mornings in the week, I will do my own project. Sorry, in the mornings I'll do my own project. In the evenings I'll either do my own project or work, depending on what it is I'm working on that day. And then at the weekend I will convert mornings to work, and then afternoon assorted stuff. So I'm going to watch Formula 1 later, and I'll do some overtime while I'm doing that. I'm going to do some validation stuff. It's going to be fun. And also, I've figured out that the secret to doing overtime is don't continue what you're already doing. So the tasks that I'm doing have been taking me a while to do. Don't continue doing that at home, because it's boring. You don't want to do it. It's crap. Do the fun shit. Hoover up all the fun stuff. And then you're not left with the shit at the end. You know? That's my plan. I'm going to go to bed. That's going to be fine. Right, let's go to sleep, make a sandwich, and then it'll be time for Formula 1. And crew, I believe this vlog has gone its due course, so let's bring it to an end. I started this video out jumping into my sleeping cycle, feeling like pumped, basically. My target in my head, I don't know whether I vocalised this to you, my target in my head was to aim at about 25 hours of work on my own project and whatnot. Basically generate 25 hours a week in development work towards my own project and my own endeavours, because I'm having my quarter-life crisis and I'm sick of like all talk, no action, no show, I think is what I said at the beginning of the video, or the end of the tail of the last video. This week I've managed to do 35 hours, however not all of that was towards my own project per se. 20% of that was overtime, so 7.5 hours of it was overtime for work. The rest of it was split, basically 50% on the project itself, 30% on launching, the big launch. So far, so good. So far, so well, you know. It's been going good. I'm pretty proud of that. I'm pretty I'm alright with that kind of progress. It's annoying that as I've jumped into this, as I've started this hunt, the overtime problem has swooped in, because that is going to naturally drain some of my time and energy away. But it's with Laura doing her university stuff now, it means I get fucking loads of time. It's great. So I'm alright with that. But we'll see how it's going. We'll see how it's going. This afternoon I watched Formula 1. I woke up, came downstairs, I was like, I'm going to make myself a sandwich, put the TV on, listen to the warm-up stuff, and it was lap 5 and I'd already missed a safety car. God damn it. So I was like, do I watch it now or do I wait for it on catch-up on +1? Because the Virgin box was off, so I couldn't just rewind it straight away. God, that was fucking annoying. But otherwise, watched Formula 1. Laura came home earlier than she was expected to because one of the people were ill, so they've got to reschedule a session. We went to Beth and Ben's for a cup of tea and a cake and catch up, which was good fun. We are talking about getting a new TV and we're discussing whether or not what size to get, basically, and I think you may as well do 55. To be honest with you, I think 49 would actually be alright in there, but definitely bigger than 42. I think 55 is definitely big, but as soon as it's there and as soon as you've looked at it, it'll be fine. You'll get used to it. In the same way we thought this was big until we got it here, and now it's not. You know? And otherwise, we had some dinner. My evening nap. I didn't really sleep very well at lunch. I slept like an absolute fucking brick in the evening. Got up, had some dinner, did the general chores, emptied the bins, washing up, Laura did some ironing, and now we're heading off to bed. So, new week tomorrow. What's the date? 17th tomorrow. Should be a good one. I think we've got quite a lot of meetings at the beginning of the week. I am going to be continuing to focus on stuff. I'm now at the point on the launch stuff where I effectively have the styles down. I have there's the layout of the home screen is done, and then that will obviously translate somewhat to the other screens. But I need to start actually driving them, and it's harder for me to do because it feels like I'm writing content for them, and that feels less productive, but it's not, so I should do it. But I'm also just tidying up the last little bit of this GraphQL stuff that I'm doing on the back end part of What's My Jig. I also need to see if I can fix Service Fabric on Atlas because I've broken ATM. I believe Microsoft have released a lot of stuff with .NET Core 2.1, 2.2 previews, so they may have updated the Service Fabric launcher. Who knows? So that's that. That's me. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm feeling productive. I'm loving life, ATM. And it's just make sure, like I say, you've got to just train your mind and then you can train everything else. You've got to be like, right, focus, get shit done, and then use that drive to keep driving you forward for everything else as well. So, go to bed, get up at 2, get some work done. Ready? Well, say early night, it's 10:30, it's not that early. Bedtime for watching, and I'll catch you later. Also, the question is, when is it that you see this video? That will be a gauge of how productive I am of uploading, because I'm now no longer behind. This could go up tomorrow. Will it?